Welcome to Letting Go University. Today we're on A Course in Miracles, the Workbook, Lesson 309. The topic for this session is I will not fear to look within today. The audio is going to be bad. Let me turn off the air conditioning. I will not fear to make mistakes today. And I'll let go of any guilt or embarrassment or wanting approval. So sometimes there's a huge resistance to just letting ourselves look honestly at what's coming up for us. So what's coming up for us could be, oh, I made a mistake. And I don't want to just be like, oh, there's an error there. We talked about the second coming of Christ as just a releasing of errors. So there's this fear of looking at what I am. But I will not fear to look within today, because if I go deep enough, I will find all this stuff that's covering up what I am. That purity, that innocence, that source love. That's what you really are underneath all of these negative feelings and stories of sin and guilt and wrongness. We're having a transitory dream experience, which is kind of insane and attempting to be separate from God, but that's too esoteric, and I have no idea how that really works. That's one to just surrender to God. Why would I ever attempt to do this crazy thing of being separate from God? But the idea being we can go inside, go deep into this dreamer and discover the source of what we are, that love. So that's all we'll find as we let go. The more and more you let go, the more and more you forgive, the more and more you release and surrender to God, you're just uncovering more and more of the light that you are. And that will be the light that lights up the dream. So could you allow yourself to take a fearless moral inventory, as they say in the 12-step programs, to go within and then turn all of that over to God, relinquish it to come to being that light of service in the world. I will not fear to look within today. So you're going to run into concepts of guilt and sin. You're going to run into fears. You're going to run into grievances, disturbances, and resentments, but none of that is you. So as you continue to dive in, having the courage to go in, bringing yourself up to that consciousness level of 200, the courage to go into this feeling and to release. When you let the feeling come up, when you let it be there, when you let it release, it's gone. And all these thoughts are on those feeling frequencies. So, oh, I messed up so bad. You have the courage to look at that, acknowledge, okay, there's some guilt here. You go into that guilt. You allow that feeling to be there. You let it run. You ignore the thoughts. The thoughts are not helpful. They're all resistance to letting go. And you just keep relinquishing that feeling, experiencing it, turning it over. And then you release the guilt, and those thoughts stop. And you could release the guilt on one thing, that thing you said to your mother that one time, or that thing you did at work, or, there might be really extremes of guilt in terms of like even murder or crime. But none of that needs to apply to you, the truth of you. Could you let it go and light up the world and quit perpetuating darkness? I don't care what you did in the past. Could you let that go so you can get to your function here? Salvation of the world. I need you. I need you. We all need you. So rather than fearing to look within, let's just notice that fear, relinquish it, go deeper, find it, go into that, release it, go deeper, find it, release it, go deeper, and uncover that purity and that innocence that you really are. I will not fear to look within today. The prayer of today. The step I take today, my Father, is my sure release from idle dreams of sin. Your altar stands serene and undefiled. It is the holy altar to my capital S self, and there I find my true capital I identity. I will not fear to look within today. Let's let go. So all that you will find when you go deep within, beyond the feelings, beyond the thoughts, beyond the body, is the pure source love that you are. And we've spent so much time trying to escape from these feelings and thoughts that are covering up that pure source love. Could you notice any fear of what you'll find within? Anything you really don't want to look at? It could be fear or guilt. Fear or guilt is often a combo. And could you just allow up that resistance to the light within you and uncovering it? Anything you're afraid to find, anything you're afraid to look at within yourself. And could you notice that fear or whatever that feeling is and just let it up? Just letting that feeling be there without trying to change it or modify it. Could you just allow that fear for just a moment? And could you release that fear? Just let it go. Would you release that fear, that resistance to discovering the light and the love that you are? To have the courage to look within today. And any negative feeling or thought that you find when you're looking within can be released because it's not you. You are not the thoughts, you are not the feelings, you are not the physical body. I will not fear to look within today. That doesn't mean there's not fear there. I make the choice, I set the direction, I will not fear to look within, and then what comes up? All the fear of looking within. So is there anything you're afraid of finding on the journey to rediscovering the love and light that you really are? Anything you did in the past that you don't want to look at or you're afraid to look at? Any of these negative emotions that are stuck or hanging out there? Could you just allow up any fear, trepidation, worry, concern about what you'll find going within? Could you allow that feeling just for now? Just let it come up. Stay with it. Just a feeling. Could you let that feeling run out? Do you know a feeling that's not resisted with lots of thinking will just run out if you let it? Could you just let this feeling go? Just for now. Would you let this feeling go and have the courage to look within today? When could you let this feeling go? And fear not to look within today. I heard it said one time, all suffering is due to resisting spiritual evolution, not because of it. So the more we avoid looking at these things that we're carrying that are blocking our awareness of the pure consciousness that we are, the more painful it is. We actually draw out the pain by avoiding looking at what's covering up the truth of what we are. So today I will not fear to look within. I will take the spiritual evolution head on. So could you notice any trepidation, worry, or anxiety about doing the inner work? About facing the feelings that have been suppressed and repressed and run from so long. No, it's not always easy, but it's always worth it to look within. And it's way easier to look within and let it go than to continue carrying it and avoiding your spiritual growth, your spiritual evolution. Could you notice any anxiety, fear, or worry about looking within, digging up the next thing to let go of that's not you? We have all kinds of stuff we've suppressed down there, in there. And it's okay if there's worry or fear about looking at that. Could you notice any of that? Because to deny it claims it's real. Would you just let it up? Just allowing any of that fear, that worry, that anxiety, might be some guilt about looking within, going digging for what you really are. And what if that was just a feeling? The mind runs around trying to explain the feeling, trying to figure out what to do about it or what caused it. Could you let it be just a feeling, ignoring the thoughts, just dropping into the feeling, feeling the feeling, experiencing it, and just surrendering it to God? Just a feeling. Might be labeled as fear, but labeled or not, could it be just a feeling? And could you relinquish it, surrender it to God? Not pushing it away, not trying to get away from it. Just feeling it, experiencing it, and surrendering it to your Father. It's not you. It's just a feeling. Could you surrender? So all you're going to find when you continue going in and forgiving, releasing, letting go, surrendering, all you're going to find is your source, the truth of what you are, the light and the love. And it's resistance to going there that keeps this stuff covering it up. It's that fear of looking within, that guilt of looking within. Fear and guilt don't even exist in what you really are. They're only available in the dream. So making a decision, I will not fear to look within today. Or you could change that to, I will have the courage to look within today. I will let anything come up that's other than what I am. All the negative feelings, all those memories of the past that's not even here. And I will relinquish them, I will surrender them to God, my Father, the Christ, the Holy Spirit, just turning it over. It's just a choice to go within and discover the truth of what you are. And the answer is within. You're not going to find it out there in the dream, in the projections. It's right here. It's right here. And so to fear going within is to deny, is to resist the solution, which is within you. You are at one with God. Anything else is an illusion. So could you have the courage to go within, let go of anything other than that love with God, of God, for yourself, for others, at one. And experience the atonement when you forgive the illusions of the world you made. Well done releasing, and have the best day you can. Fear not to go within.